where we were, you guys had returned victorious from your mission to rescue Bolbara, returned to Urzim. You engaged Morgid in single combat to challenge his honor, and defeated him resoundingly.
Oh, the music just kicked in.
Oh, awesome. So, after you trounce him, you guys tried to approach Lord Bufal for a conversation, and he told you, we'll talk tomorrow. So you guys were left to your own devices for revelry. And so, as I understand it, you want to follow and try and assassinate Morgid.
Yes.
So, picking up after the fight, I'll say everybody kind of goes their own ways. So you're left to your own devices here in the middle of Urzim. Make a stealth check initially, just to try and slip away from the rest of the group. Or like, how do you depart from your allies? Like, are you trying to stealth into shadows, or are you gonna be like, hey guys, I'll see you tomorrow?
Can I fix my hit points? I think it says I'm at 19 from the fight.
Yeah, you didn't take anything from that, right?
Yeah. No, I did. I took 2 hits. So so is my HP just like that? I was just curious.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, what's your HP currently?
19.
Out of how much?
24.
Okay, yeah, then that's probably accurate.
So I guess what I would do is, while they're walking ahead, I would just say, hey, I'm gonna go try to find an enchanted weapon.
Alright, roll a deception check.
An 11. Oof.
Okay. So, they all kind of eye you suspiciously. They let you go, but they are a bit suspicious. Like, you awkwardly broke away from the group. So, then the rest of them continued on with their evening. So, so I assume you are now trying to track down Morgid?
Yeah.
Alright, so roll me a stealth check and an investigation check.
So normal. So 15 for stealth and investigation.
So, you break off from the main group of your allies and slip into the shadows. This is a shanty town built on the back of these tortoises, and at this point, you are weaving underneath, hiding behind the legs, weaving underneath these tortoises, keeping to the lower levels and trying to look up and find your target. But this actually isn't the best angle for stalking people. You can't really see what's going on above you. You are very stealthy. You are very hidden. Nobody notices you. But you also realize that you're still walking around in the muck after finally returning to what could be called civilization in this part of the world. And here you are crawling through the mud again, getting not much accomplished. So, yeah, as you wander around for a couple of hours, the whole of Urzin is very happy. They're in celebration because you guys did succeed in your mission. You brought Bolbara back. There's a sense that they may mobilize and take over Fort Venture and make that their established outpost instead. So there is a lot of excitement around, and people aren't really focused on what you're doing. But you are unable to locate Morgid in this crowd for several hours. Go ahead and make another investigation check this time. Yeah, go ahead and make another investigation check.
13. It's not bad.
So you continue wandering around, and this time you now have climbed onto the walkways. You're immersing yourself in the crowd, blending in. So you're navigating the walkways between turtles, and you're hearing people talk about the fight that you just had. You're hearing talk at the bars such as, "Oh, did you see? I heard that Morgan was taken out by one of those outsiders. I heard he knocked him out in one shot. Those outsiders must be something." And then his buddy says, "Or Morgan's not as tough as he claims to be." They have a good laugh. So you get the sense that your bout is also right up there on the talk of the town.
Sully, did you update my character sheet?
Oh, no, here, let me do that. As I say, is there anything you could think of that might aid you in your investigation of trying to locate Morgid?
I guess because I turned into his mom, I would see if she's around.
You want to go and find Morgan's mom? Okay.
Because that's like I imagine where he's either like in his hut or he's like with her. I guess that's where I assumed he would go.
Okay.
Because there aren't really many. Are there many houses in this town, or is it just based off? Because I see it's like the back of Turtles, so I'm assuming that a lot of families live together because they're excited about going to this outpost because it's more room instead of shifting on the Turtles.
All right. Roll another investigation check. All right. Oh, that's good. So the DC is getting higher and higher every time because of your previous checks. Yeah, so that's actually really good. So I'll say, as you're hearing talk of this bout, you immerse yourself in the crowd and you start talking to people and learning more about Morgid. Playing the dumb outsider. Oh, who is this Morgid? So most of the people not actually having witnessed this fight, not realizing that you were the one who actually was a combatant in this fight. So you hear lots of rumor and braggadocious, and hear stuff about Morgan's past and how he has been kind of the right hand man to Lord Boofall, one of his supposedly strongest bodyguards, and they said, well, maybe he's not as tough as he thinks he is, or those outsiders must really be something. The same talk you've heard earlier. But in your line of inquiry, you do discover that Morgan's mother does live in a turtle that tends to follow behind the main turtle of Ogre Lord Boofall, and so you move to the area of tents that are following the main tortoise, and you all right. Make another stealth check.
I'm trying to get it to move toward my character. Is there a button I can hit that just centers it on my guy?
I think if you click them, I don't know. I don't know if there's one. Yeah, I moved
There it
you
goes.
over here.
There it goes. Yeah, I just had to move over. All right, so you said a stealth check.
Yeah, make a stealth check for me as you hang around this part of the village. Okay, so there's not a lot of cover here, but you do find yourself squatting in a bush, just keeping an eye out in this section of town for a while. And there's one point where you try to blend in. You go, hoo 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 hoo, just trying to make nighttime noises. And a wandering goblin does look over at you like, what? What is this weird guy doing in the bush? But you duck down and eventually camping out in here. After a while, you actually do see Morgid leaving the tent, leaving a tent that's pitched kind of the back edge of one of the smaller tortoises here, as he follows down these ramshackle stairs, and you see an elderly female hobgoblin kiss him on the cheek and wave him goodbye as he departs this tent. So you have tracked Morgid to his mother's house. You suspect he was here seeking solace after being humiliated by you earlier in the evening in one-on-one combat. But as the evening has drawn on, he is now he's now navigating his way back to wherever he resides.
Can I throw a rock at him and try to lure him off? Because these are the back end tortoises, right?
Yeah, you are where you are. You're here, kind of like off on.
Could I?
Like a little bit on the outskirts. This is a quieter town part of the area. This is more residential. You gather the sense that Morgid, in his service to Bufal, has won some favor for his mother to have kind of an easier, comfier bit of lodging. So this is far away from the raucous of the tavern turtles and many merchants. This is much more residential, and it's very late in the evening as well. So fairly quiet part of town.
Mm-hmm. Could I throw a rock or try to lure him off the tortoise?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a deception check. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said a deception? Or...
Yeah. Unless you're trying to actually hit him.
I guess I would. I rolled an 11 anyway, but I guess I hit him with the rock to try to get him to look around, and then I want to throw him from an obvious spot to kind of lure him off the turtle, but I want to be able to get to him the second he gets off that turtle.
Okay, so you're trying to hit him with the rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you rolled 11. So what's your dexterity modifier? Actually, we'll take the 11, actually. That probably works. It's probably pretty close. Alright. What is his AC? 18. So you throw a rock at Morgan, and it just kind of it bounces and hits him in the shin, and he turns around and he sees you standing out of this bush, throwing a rock at him, and he just turns and he goes, "You!" What do you do?
I throw another rock and I run in the forest.
You throw another rock and run. Okay, roll an attack and add your dexterity modifier for the ranged attack.
What would the attack be for the rock? Would it just be
It's just like an unarmed strike. So just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
so? What is it? R/D20?
Slash R space 1d20. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a
nat
crit 20? Oh my gosh. Okay.
So even with the dexterity
So,
modifier, that would be
roll
+2.
Yeah, so roll 2d4 because it's a crit. Or roll 1d4 and we'll double the result.
4. Did I do it wrong again? Or /R?
With slash R.
So what are the chances I fucking crit on throwing a rock?
Alright, and what's your dexterity modifier?
4. What did you say?
What's your dexterity modifier?
So my modifier is +2.
And so he takes 6 points of damage. So you, after having totally humiliated him and outclassed him in one-on-one fight, you surprised him like, hey, and you throw a rock at him. He's like, you. And then you turn and you beam him with a rock. You smash him in the face with this rock. It breaks his nose. Blood is running down his face. He had started to charge you, but you completely stopped his momentum. And yeah, he took a lot of damage from that, actually. That's hilarious. So now we'll go into initiative, I'll say.
So I'm hiding. Like I want to, like when I ran off into the forest, I kind of want to get like into the bush, like where the trees, like since the light is going away from us, right? Because the village is moving away from us.
It's not currently moving. No, it's not. It's nighttime now. So.
Like
the village isn't moving. They've settled in for the night.
I want to go like enough space into the forest where I know I can get away with this.
Okay. So here, let's. This is really funny. All right, go ahead. Roll initiative. Ooh. Let's see.
So what would I think you just cut out a little bit. What did you want me to roll?
Roll initiative. So if you go to, you should be able to go to the battle screen, the crossed swords.
Oh, right here. Boom. Boom. So. Roll mission. This combat, there's no combat. Add no active combat.
No, you're in combat. All right, here, I'll just roll it for you. All right, well, he rolled a 20 overall, so he's going to go first.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he's going to see you. He's going to be able, I mean, you aren't that far away. You're 20, 30 feet away. So he'll be able to close that gap. He's going to rush up. It says, here of all places you have followed me.
Oh,
I'm going to
I didn't mean to roll that.
I'm going to make you pay. As he's going to try and he unsheaths his sword. And he's going to attack you with his long sword. An 8.
That does not hit.
I think does not hit. So he swings. You definitely just casually sidestep his attack, and then it is your go.
See. Could I? So do spells? Do spells count as an action?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What about cantrips? Are cantrips actions or bonus actions?
It depends. So it'll say some spells are bonus actions. It will say on the spell whether it takes an action or bonus action. Most of them are actions. Yeah,
All right. So I guess
all of your cantrips and spells take an action.
I'm going to step back from his hit and just counter with my short sword.
Okay, roll an attack.
Mm. Did it roll?
I didn't see it yet. No, I didn't see it roll any dice. I see you put it in the news feed several times.
Oh, there. That's what I'm sorry about that. So do attack,
Yep.
normal,
Yeah, there you go. Ooh.
a 17.
So you go to reach out with your short sword. You swipe at his side. Then you make contact, but you realize actually that he is wearing some fairly heavy chainmail. So your strike does not penetrate his armor. You had what you thought would be a good strike, but you see as you cut underneath his shirt, he is wearing some pretty heavy chainmail that blocks your strike, and he kind of chuckles a bit. There's more to me than meets the eye.
Can I use my ability to dash kind of a little bit further into the woods and
Sure.
try to hide and
Uh,
throw something like try to lure him further in?
yeah, so you can definitely so it would be a bonus action to either hide
Yeah.
or take the dash.
I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay.
So I
So
would do cunning action,
yeah,
and I'd roll it.
uh,
Oh, so you can take a bonus action. Oh, like yeah. So I'm gonna just go hide and see if he sees me or not.
okay. So yeah, so you run 30 feet off towards the woods. He will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't apply. Okay. 16, does that hit?
I think that is my AC.
All right, tie to AC hits.
Oof.
You take 6 damage as you run away. He pokes you a little bit. It's not so bad because you are running away. It would have been deeper if you had been closer, but he jabs at you and kind of cuts you inside. And he says, "Where do you think you're going?" As you dash off towards the woods. So that will then be his turn. He's going to follow this strike up, feeling pretty good about himself now that he feels like he's got you on the run. He will chase you and make another longsword attack.
Does he see me? Like I tried to hide.
18. Oh yeah, roll a stealth check. That's right. Sorry, I forgot your stealth check. Yeah, so go ahead and roll a stealth check. 12.
12.
That actually beats his passive perception. So yeah, so you duck into the bushes. So he's gonna have to make a perception check to see if he can find you. So we'll get rid of that 18 to hit. And this is just straight up a 15. So he does see where you ducked in to the bushes, and he is going to stab out with his long sword So I guess I'll take that 18. I think that hits.
No, 18 definitely hits.
So 9 damage as he sees where you jumped into the bushes, and again he stabs in his sword. This one coming through like your shoulder. This that probably really hurt.
Yeah, it hurt a lot.
Uh,
Um,
and now it's
did
your
I pick
turn.
up? Did I pick up any potions from the guy? I don't have any in my inventory, so I don't know if I picked any up. Because I'm at. If I went into this fight, and I'm assuming, are me and him, were we damaged from the fist fight, or are we a fresh start?
Oh, you could have taken a short rest. He basically took a short rest. So
Okay, so
yeah, I'll say with all the
9.
time you spent stalking him, yeah, you could have taken a short rest. You healed full.
So minus 6 is 18. I'm at 9. Oh, Jesus.
So you have both taken some decent hits actually, and you're again, although your hit points have been restored from the earlier, you are both still feeling the fist fight that you had earlier, and especially that rock that you threw. It seemed to hit a soft spot in Morgid. So go ahead, it is your turn.
All right, I'm just going to go and just swing on him.
All right. A 14. So you desperately swipe at him, and he kind of just takes a step back now, avoiding your strike, leaning back as you jump out of the bush. Anything as a bonus?
What did you say?
I said, do you have anything as a bonus?
Like a
You
bonus?
try to surprise him jumping out of the bush, but you swing and he ducks his head out of the way.
And if I try to run again, he's going to get an opportunity on me.
Mm-hmm. Unless you use disengage.
All right, so I'm going to disengage.
Okay. So you use
And
your
just
cunning action to disengage and run back
Try to
deeper
hide.
into the woods. Well, you can
Yeah.
only do one or the other. They're both a bonus
Oh,
action.
yeah. So I'm going to disengage and run toward the woods.
So you disengage and run further into the woods. So Morgan, as you break away, he tries to swing at you again, but you prepared for the strike this time. Definitely roll out of the way and sprint deeper into the woods and away from the village of Erzin. Morgan screams after you, "Get back here, you coward!" And actually, he's going to make just a straight... And to see if this is a good idea. So he's going to run into the forest a little bit after you. That'll be his turn. And based on his assessment of the situation, actually, he thinks that he can kill you and leave your body out here for no one to find.
And
So
I don't
he's-
have... I didn't take any potions, right?
No, I don't think you guys had any potions yet. You guys sold a bunch of stuff. However, that is a 5. So he, again, thinking this is his chance to redeem some of his honor, get some payback on you. He grabs his sword with both hands, takes a heavy swing. However, he completely overcompensates and misses wide of you, leaving himself open to your next strike. That'll be your turn.
Oh, I'm going to swing on him again. I can't get a fucking hit to save my life.
His armor is really high.
Fuck his armor. I didn't expect him to be wearing heavy armor.
Again. So this time, as you swing on him, he actually raises his shield that he has, And he had that. Actually, no, because he had both his arms there. So again, you strike him. He was open to your strike, but again, you hit his chainmail. His chainmail prevents you from actually penetrating his armor and dealing him any damage. At what point he just turns and he looks at you and he grins. He says, "I've got you now." And he turns to you to make his next strike. Unless, do you have a bonus? Yeah, do you have anything you're going to do with your bonus? Disengage or anything? Hide?
I'm going to try to see if I can hide, I guess.
Okay. So you're going to run away?
Yeah.
Alright. So he will get the attack of opportunity, and then go ahead and roll your stealth check.
Oh, that doesn't hit, thank God.
So, yeah, so as you go to break away,
Yes.
Is that a crit? So, as he was, because he was so off balance, and then when you went to try and take that opening but couldn't penetrate his armor, he turned his momentum with his longsword down low and kind of cuts low to high in kind of a backstroke swing, which you are able to actually fairly easily avoid. And because he was turned around, whirling around with this attack, he does not see you melt into the shadows as you hide yourself within the underbrush, and your battle has now taken you outside of the real vicinity of any of the denizens of Urzen. You're in the swamp. You hear the sounds of celebration off in the distance, but you are more surrounded by the sound of cicadas and crickets. So you are successfully hidden from him now. That ends your turn, so he is going to try to perceive you, find it out where you are, to make another attack. Ooh, that was so close to a crit 20. But he is able to guess kind of where you are, and just kind of follows you deeper into the swamp. But he's now just kind of wildly hacking at bushes. Show yourself, you coward! Face me in honorable combat. And yeah, that'll be his turn.
I'm clicking on this. I just want to read the first sneak attack. I just want to read what it says.
Yep. So I'm gonna give you, the surprise sneak attack here because of your successful stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need advantage to have it, right? I think you get advantage from the surprise.
Yeah. So would I roll it with sneak attack with advantage?
I believe so.
Because it looks like it's already there. Or do I got to roll attack regular and then roll sneak attack with the damage? I think that's what it looks like I have to do. Because all that comes up is damage, like not roll. So I'm assuming I'm just doing a regular sword attack with advantage.
If you have surprise, it allows the attacker to attack with advantage. Surprise does not directly allow advantage, but being unseen does. So you are unseen in this.
Seen, okay.
Because of your stealth check, because that was really high. So that gives you advantage and sneak attack damage on this.
So I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, that's why rogues are good. This is like the thing you're supposed to do. 15.
God.
So I'll say you drop down out of a tree as he's hacking and slashing. You had managed to climb up onto a tree, and you dropped onto him, losing your element of surprise, doing no damage, but you are now both prone on the ground, I'll say. So, do you have a bonus?
Can I still use the bonus action while I'm prone?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll just take half your move to get up.
Is it a breath? Is a breath weapon a bonus action?
No, that is a full action.
Dude, I cannot hit him. This is what I was afraid of.
You got
I
a
guess
couple of
I'm gonna.
spells. But yeah, he had chainmail. You didn't notice under his shirt.
What is this? Can I? Oh, and you said spells are bonus actions or regular actions?
They're all regular actions. Yep, as is the breath weapon.
So I guess I'm going to disengage again and just go further in.
Okay. All right. So you use disengage to push off him, and half of your movement. So you're not able to half of your movement to get up. So you're not able to get too much further into the bush, but you do go further into the swamp. So he'll use half his move to get up, and he's going to come racing after you, seeing where you ran. He'll be able to get up to you. You dirty trickster! Says, I'm going to finish you off for good.
God.
17.
Yep, that hits.
He'll again. This is only a glancing blow. Fortunately, as you're running away, he swings at you horizontally, just kind of scraping your back, cutting through your light. Oh no, you have chainmail too. But yeah, he is able to
Is his
slice
just a
through your
heavier
back.
chainmail?
See, it's yeah, it's just the way the stats are. Oh, it's because he also has a shield. That's why his AC is so high.
Can I try to cast sleep on him?
You absolutely can.
So, roll it. Cast spell.
What do you have? 7 hit points.
Yep. And if this doesn't work, I'm gonna run. So I'm gonna cast it, I guess, here, because if I cast it in the 20 feet, I'm in it, right? Or am I affected by it?
You can place it so that you're not affected by it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can place it like that.
All right. So I cast sleep.
Okay. So he has to make a save, right? Oh no, it's against his hit points. So who rolls? Roll 5d8.
So I just hit damage for the 5d8, and that's how it rolls, I believe.
Yes. So 5d is 26. So you have an allocation of 26 points to allocate against hit points, I think, right? Are affected. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points. Each creature is affected by this. Falls asleep until the spell is end. So you cast sleep using a pinch of fine sand, some rose petals, or cricket. So I'll say actually, what you do is as you're running through the swamp here, you grab a pinch of sand from the ground, and you scoop up a cricket. You put them both in your hand, and you turn to Morgan, and you blow it in his face. You go, whew, and he seems stunned for a moment. And then his eyes roll back in his head, and he falls unconscious at your feet, having way fewer hit points than 26. He is now asleep. So, let's see, does he save against this on his turn?
I should have did this in the beginning.
He's unconscious until the spell ends, or until he takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake him or wake him up. And this will last for 1 minute. So you have 1 minute. What do you do?
Um, since he's on the ground, can I go to try to directly like stab him in the head?
Yeah, so this would be advantage and sneak attack. Again, because he's prone and unconscious, you have advantage on the attack.
If he hits me again, I'm fucked. Disengaging back to town. So do I have to still beat his AC check?
Yeah.
Even though he's unconscious?
Yes. For the most part. But I'm going to say that this is going to... Him being unconscious will actually... Because he can't use his shield. So that's going to lower his AC. That beats it anyway. Even if he had his shield. Even if he had fallen asleep with his shield on front of him. That does it. So go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack.
So do I get damage with... So just normal, so normal damage, piercing, and then roll sneak attack, right?
Yep. Man, the sneak attack should be like 2d6 or something. So that's your
7.
normal short sword. And then go ahead and roll the sneak attack damage.
Is he hurt? Like, can I sense that he's hurt? Because he's taken 13.
Yes.
So I can't imagine... I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, his DC was like, his life points were like 16. I don't remember.
Yeah, all right, I'll tell you this right now.
don't-
I mean, I just want to see you roll sneak attack damage, but yes, this is going to kill him. Yeah, it's 2d6. Let's see how bad. So, yeah, so
Yes!
that's not enough to do double his hit points, which is what I was kind of looking for. I thought it'd be fun, but yes, that is a total of 11 damage, which, yes, that has finished Morgid off. So how do you finish him off? He is unconscious on the ground in front of you. You walk up to him.
And I do a perception check to see if there's any animals in the swamp, because I know they were saying it's dangerous at night.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check. Or a nature check. Either one.
17.
Yeah. So you do gather that the way that you moved off was kind of the direction from which Urzin has moved from. So you're kind of in the wake of the village, and in the wake of the village, many scavengers and predators do follow, as the movement of these tortoises often perturbs prey, or they may squash something underfoot that they don't realize, and so many scavenging type creatures will follow in the wake of the village to kind of.
Can I crush his head with a rock?
Absolutely. You could certainly find a rock, and over the sleeping Morgid, you bash him in the head with this rock, finishing him off. Do you make any attempts to hide the body, or do you just leave it where it is?
What does he have anything on person?
Roll an investigation check.
A 14.
Yeah, so he has he has a shield, he has a longsword. Yeah, he has a shield, he has a longsword. He has a chainmail shirt, similar to the one that you have. He has a longbow, and he has 5 gold on him in a small coin purse.
I put what is that? The death goddess. I put that around his neck.
Oh, okay, yeah, the symbol of Vesh that you had taken off of the Inquisitor in Fort Venture. Yes, I think his name is Pelenost.
So I do that, and then because I'm a dragonborn, do I have like claws and teeth?
Yeah.
Can I try to, as best as I can, to make it look like an animal attack?
You absolutely may. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, just roll an attack. Like a d20 attack.
Um, not roll. Said not that. Oh, it's because I didn't do it.
So you try to like gnaw and claw on his armor, but it is tough armor. You're not really able to break through this chainmail, especially with your teeth and claws. Yours are more. They aren't quite like your tabaxi companion Tygar. His claws can actually, they're very sharp and can cut. Yours have been, your claws have been bred out of the Dragonborn. They're not as sharp or for clawing as they are just kind of accentuated fingernails. So you are unable to break through his chainmail. And as you're doing it, you think he might almost still be breathing barely.
Oh man,
he's at 0 hit points, but he's making death saves.
I'm gonna slit his throat then.
So you roll another attack on him.
I'll do it with my dagger. Attack. Do I get advantage because he's down?
Yeah, you would get advantage.
Oh, that's what you're rolling. Jesus. Oh, nat 20.
Oh, there. Yeah. So, you are able to. Yeah, you take your dagger and you do. Oh, yeah. That's more than enough. That you finally put an end to Morgan. You slit his throat with your dagger to be sure that you're not going to have a Goodfellas guy in the trunk moment.
So I guess I'm going to go a little further, just a little further back, because we can faintly see the village.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go a little further back. I'm going to dig a hole, and then I'm going to impale him with his own sword for a good measure. Just put it right through the center of his chest.
Okay.
And drop his shield in the hole and dig it back up. Try to sneak back to the village and find somewhere to sleep and heal.
Okay.
Like get a room at the inn or something.
Yeah,
but I want to clean myself up before I go back in.
So make a nature check to see how well you're able to disguise this shallow grave.
I don't. Nature. Okay, 17.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, so you actually are able to, and what you actually end up doing is you use his shield to kind of dig a shallow depression. You find an area, and it starts to kind of fill with swamp water, as much of the area around here is very swampy. The water table is very high. But you are able to use his shield to kind of dig a shallow depression, and you roll him in there and actually use the shield and his sword to kind of wedge him into this hole as best you can, and adequately, so you think, cover it up with debris and brush nearby, and swamp water fills in, and you think that you have adequately hidden your crime.
So I guess I'm gonna head back into the village, try to clean up the best I can, make sure no one sees me coming in.
Yeah, so because you did get pretty messed up here, but you did also participate in a bare knuckle brawl earlier in the evening. So I'll say, for the purposes of this, and as long as it took you to track him down, you're not going to be able to get the benefits of a full rest tonight. I'll give you a short rest,
Okay.
So you can roll hit dice, and you would have already taken one short rest earlier to get up to full. So I'll say you only have half your hit dice to roll on this short rest. Let me see, what are your hit dice?
Uh, yeah, I was gonna say, what would I roll for that?
Let me take a look here. Give me just a sec.
Dude, I thought he was gonna fucking get. If I didn't
I
get
thought he
those
was gonna take you out too, man. I was gonna say this is flipping back around on you. It's a good thing you were running into the brush.
if I wouldn't have got like that, thank God, like I forgot magic. I need to. If
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
I was
killed him with
waiting
that
for you
stick,
to pull out some magic. It's like this is how you're gonna get around his armor. You know, your breath weapon's a dex save. You have Tasha's hideous laughter, and of course sleep. I thought honestly one of the first things you were gonna do was try to put him to sleep.
I should have. I forgot. I keep on forgetting that I have spells. So like when you
So
were like, you also have magic, I was like, yeah, I do. But his AC was insane. That I have good good attack stats with my advantages.
So you have you'll have 2d8 hit dice available, so you can roll 2d8 and heal that many hit
Okay.
points. But you will have a point of exhaustion for the next day
Okay.
because you will not have been able to take a full rest. But you have sufficiently and adequately, you deem, assassinated Morgid. So that heals you back 9 from where you were. So
It's not
that
bad.
gives you
16.
16 out of 24. And we will see how your companions react to this, because they did see you awkwardly and abruptly leave them the night before, and now you're going to show up looking like shit the next morning. So this is going to be really interesting. I mean, I'm not going to reveal anything of what you did, but they may get there on their own. We will see. Some may be okay with this, some may not. But as far as you know, nobody knows what you've done.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah, just a little bit. I feel like Ken definitely probably would have helped. Tygar probably would have helped, and I just don't feel like Altaius.
Yeah, Altias, I think, is the one who may not have been
Yeah,
okay with this.
he wouldn't have been he wouldn't have been, his character is morally good. That's why I like doing like
Yeah.
neutral characters, because then that way you can just pick whatever you want.
And so, yeah, I'll say it. I mean, you guys having been, you guys have ways to camp out in Urzen, in the village itself. You know, and especially being heroes, or if you want, yeah, you can. All of your lodgings and drinks are covered tonight, being the returning heroes.
What time did I guess come back? Like, are any of the shops still open?
No, you're. I mean, it's about sunrise ish. It's just before sunrise. By the time you finish
Okay.
burying the body and stuff, I mean, you get back, you get only a couple of hours of rough sleep here. Um, as I said, you don't get the benefits of a long rest. As that you have a short rest period to kind of regroup, but yeah, you're under a point of exhaustion, and you didn't get the benefits of a long rest. You're down on actions and spells and hit dice. You have no hit dice for this day. Fortunately, you're
My
probably lucky that there's probably not going to be any combat next session. So I think
my
Altias is going to want to forge his meteorite. And that's going
Yeah,
to take a lot of time.
that's what I'm hoping on. My goal was to, if I ran back all beat up, I was gonna run into what is his name? The king. I was gonna
Boofall.
run in there and say Boofall and just say, or try to do a deception that Morgan attacked me in the street. that was my next goal because
Oh,
I
if
was
you
like,
had to run away, you were gonna come back and be like, "It was his fault."
yeah.
Oh, that could have been really interesting too. Then we could have had a courtroom thing. Oh, we're definitely gonna have D&D lawyer court at some point. My wife just turned her head to me and shook it.
So realistically, because the way the turtles were facing, and the turtles move on their own.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move further. I just from a we're gonna move further from Morgan's body.
Yeah, you're gonna be further away. Yeah, where you ran probably 100 feet back the path of where the village had come. It'll be fun to see where this goes and what you let the rest of the party in on, and what you keep them in the dark to.
Trying to get the lens. I'm trying to get the lens to recruit Ken because all we got to do is say it's for the Lux and he's in.